celebrating 13 years of possibility. Pilot Flying J and Halloran Hilton Hill present Anything is Possible. Today's guest, Lonnie Love.
Welcome to another edition of Anything is Possible. My name is Halloran Hilton Hill. These are great stories about great people whose lives serve as proof that anything is possible. And here in our 13th season, we'll go over 300 shows. And you know what? I was asking myself, you asked me this right before we started. You'll meet our guest in just a moment. Why do you do this? First of all, I want to do something positive. Next, I believe that the seed of all that happens in the world is possibility. Someone believing that something can be. And I always wanted to communicate to anybody I could that you were created to do something and that there's a great possibility in you, and the minute you step into that, you change the world, you make it better, you leave it better than you found it, but you probably enable somebody else's possibility. So when you watch this show, I want you to believe in possibility, and I want you to believe in your possibility, and I'm asking people to use their lives as a spotlight on that possibility. And today, one of my favorite people in the world. You've been on my radio show a few times.
You just like my name.
Yeah, Lonnie Love. Lonnie Love, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
When I saw you last, we were out at what facility is that called?
It's the manufacturing demonstration facility.
Right, so you were with a group of young people, and they were building a robot for a competition.
Right.
These are high school students.
Right.
And the look and the love I saw in your eyes was amazing.
Yeah.
Would you please tell me, as you're working with these students, what you were feeling or what you feel on a continual basis, helping these young engineers realize their possibility?
Yeah, inspiration, easy, inspiration. This is part of the FIRST robotics program, and FIRST stands for the inspiration and recognition of science and technology. And the objective is to inspire kids to go into science and engineering. But what you find is there's a lot of engineers that go, and we're all curmudgeon-y type guys, and we go in and you start working with these kids, and you find that by the end of the day, you're really charged up. These kids make you really excited for where we're going in our future.
Wow. Well, thank you for being here today.
No problem.
You are Dr. Lonnie
That's it.
Love. You have a PhD in what?
In mechanical engineering now. Preface this now, only my wife gets to call me that, all right? You call me Lonnie, everybody calls me Lonnie. My wife, she gets to call me Dr. Love.
I won't even ask about that in this segment. Watch for a follow-up segment on YouTube. We'll get into when his wife calls him Dr. Love, right? So did you think that you would end up with a PhD in mechanical engineering? Because I understand that growing up in the 60s, 70s in D.C., that you were just a kid that was curious.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to go to college. I liked my dad. It was very mechanically inclined, and he and I used to work on cars. So I was going to be a mechanic. I didn't want to go to school at all. No intention to. I just wanted to get through high school and then get a job.
Wow. And now you have a PhD and you're working in robotics.
Yeah.
And your father is still very much alive.
Oh yeah. He's in my life every day.
All right. Today on the broadcast, I want to talk to you about that relationship.
Sure.
Because that relationship, your father seeing potential in you, pouring into you, really did transform your ideas about possibility.
Oh, absolutely.
You wanted to be a mechanic, though. That's because you both loved cars and worked on cars together. Right. Before we go to break, what is your favorite car, or what was your favorite car? When I was growing up, about the same time, we would sit on the front porch and we could listen to cars go by.
Yeah.
That's a Mustang.
Yeah.
That's a GTO. That's a Camaro. What about you?
Well, my dad was a Mustang guy, but I got a 73 Firebird. And it's amazing I'm still alive. You know, it had a 454, big engine, rumbled. You know, the speedometer at the time went up to 180. And so that Firebird, I'd get behind the wheel and the hood went on forever. It was just absolutely gorgeous.
You're watching Anything is Possible. My name is Halloran Hill. This is Lonnie Love. His wife calls him Dr. Love. We'll be back with more of his story of possibility in just a moment.
Possibility powered by Pilot Flying J, Covenant Health, Home Federal, and the Knoxville News Sentinel. Coming up,
They're not the athletes, they're not the homecoming court, they're the kids that are curious but are typically on the fringes. And so we bring them into the center and kind of lift them up.
Welcome back to Anything is Possible. I love what I do. I honestly love what I do because I get to meet great people like Lonnie Love. Lonnie, what's your official title and where do you work?
I'm the group leader for the Manufacturing Systems Research Group at Oak Ridge National Lab.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Manufacturing is making a big comeback, and ironically, Oak Ridge is right in the center of it. I think we're going to find over the next 10 years that East Tennessee is going to be the center of the universe for manufacturing. And so what it means is we're looking at how manufacturing is going to change, and we're trying to develop the technologies that are going to revolutionize manufacturing in the world.
In a minute, we'll talk about how they printed, actually using a 3D printer. They printed a car in Oak Ridge that was presented, actually demonstrated to President Obama when
Correct.
he came to visit. We'll get to that in just a moment. He's on the cutting edge of a whole new frontier. Remember that name, Dr. Love. But now let's talk a little bit about your dad. My understanding is that your father grew up as a farmer.
Yeah, he was in the middle of Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, he thought he was an Indian because
Really?
there were so many Indians around at the time, and he was poor, white farmer working in the middle of Indian country. So for a long time, he just thought he was an Indian, So
How did that shape him? And when you talked to him about that, what kind of contours did it put on his life?
So hardworking, family oriented, never give up. Just put in a hard day's work and care for your family.
Do you believe that those types of traits of character, which I've come to believe are part of all people who sees possibility, not only see it, but sees it, do you believe that any of that transfers via DNA?
Wow.
Do
Yeah.
you think, do you have something inside of you that speaks to that even before what happened outside of you?
I had never thought about that, but I think so. I think that there's like an inner drive that you see something, you see a goal, and you put your head down and drive towards it. So I think that there's just something in your makeup that drives us, and then hopefully you have people around you that kind of encourage that kind of guide you and direct you and keep you focused. So, but yeah, I think there is something in everybody that is a spark.
So you love your dad.
Oh, with all my heart.
Right. So there was a point in your life, though, where you needed the external experience of the farm
Yeah.
to release that internal kind of
Yeah.
core that you have, that North Star, that hardworking, determined.
Yeah.
Tell me that story.
Yeah, so growing up in D.C. was a little tough, and it's middle school is really tough on any kid, and my parents knew that I was really having a hard time, getting bullied, having a real difficult time, and so they
Wait for just a moment.
Yeah.
Just pause there for a minute. So you got bullied.
Oh yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, it sucked. It was tough. Didn't
What would people say to you? What form did the bullying take?
Well, it was pushing. It was calling you names, and I mean there were even songs. Even with your name like Lonnie Love, you do a great song, but when you're a kid, those songs can turn kind of rough, and so I didn't want to ride. The school bus is terrible. I mean it was really tough, and so to help me work through that, my parents would send me out to Oklahoma to work on the farm with my relatives, and that was transformative, both physically and mentally, and I'll never forget coming home and going through that growth spurt, losing weight, and getting self-confidence, and coming back and the bullies went away. It just evaporated. So just having that physical and mental transformation was really awesome.
Did your father and mother know that you needed the farm?
Yeah. They knew that I needed that self-confidence. I had relatives that were awesome. I had a couple of uncles and my grandfather that were really powerful men, and in terms of not powerful in terms of money or success, but in terms of ethics and work ethic. And so they knew that that would help me work through my challenges.
Because with all the affirmation in the world that they gave you, sometimes we need external verification.
Yeah, yeah,
They're supposed to.
yeah.
But when you work hard, you realize that nobody's going to give anything to you
Yep.
when you unearth it for yourself. But that resonates with something. I was taking notes on our conversation prior to this interview. And when I asked you why you do what you do with the robotics teams, because you really do transformative work, I was emotionally moved when I saw those young people and how excited they were. When you tell me about being bullied, being processed through the farm, and the faith of your father, and you said, I came back with confidence and the bullies evaporated, this is what you said. You said, we see kids gaining confidence.
Every day, every day. And these are kids that are on the fringe. They're not the athletes. They're not the homecoming court. They're the kids that are curious, but are typically on the fringes. And so we bring them into the center and kind of lift them up.
Truth is, you see you.
Yep, every day.
And you're trying to save that kid that was you.
Well, I don't know, save, I think just enable them to...
Inspire.
Yeah, inspire's the right word.
Yeah.
Inspire.
So you really do need to thank the person that calls you Dr. Love for getting you into this.
Yeah.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, this guy he's the future. Trust me, you'll see this show 10 years from now when manufacturing has changed and they've built a statue to him, right?
It's going to be an ugly statue, man.
Yeah, trust me, you'll remember this moment. But your wife's the one who got you into this.
Yeah, she's a teacher. And
how did that all happen?
Well, I came home one day and she says, she works at Hardin Valley. At the time, it was a brand new school. It was evolving, and it was a blank canvas. And she said they were wanting to do a robotics competition, and you're a robotics guy. They need a mentor, somebody that can work with them. And so I said, sure. And I didn't know what I was signing up for. I thought it was just going to be like one night a week, and little did I know at first it was like, well, it's just 6 weeks. It's year round. It's every day.
And you couldn't stop if you wanted to.
No, it would be like tearing out a part of my heart.
Let's talk about your wife for just a moment.
Yeah.
You said one of the most powerful things that I've ever heard a guy say about his wife, because you're in love with this lady.
Oh, big time.
You said, I love you, now take my name and I can call you Love for the rest of my life, right? You said, I've got gaps.
Yep.
You remember saying that?
Yeah,
What did you say?
I've got gaps. She's got gaps between us. We don't have gaps. It was rocky, and both of us have gaps in what we can do, but they're complementary. And so when we get together, we really lift each other up.
Tell me the story of a young person that you have served and inspired through the robotics program that was transformative for you. You saw a change and you thought, that's what life's about.
Boy, there's so many, that you sit here and one of my favorites is Andrew Messing. He's a young man who is really quiet but very bright. And when I first started working with him, he was a sophomore at Hardin Valley, and quickly I started learning that he was very creative in terms of design. Almost an artist in terms of how to create things. And when he went to college, I was thinking he's going to be a mechanical engineer, he's a little designer, a little Lonnie, this is going to be great. And he says, well, I'm going to go into computer programming. And I'm like, computer programming, son, you're a designer. And so he started working with us as an intern and became a critical member on some of our really big work and writing a lot of software. And now he's being highly recruited by Autodesk. They're a big CAD company. They want him to come out to San Francisco, go to Berkeley, get his PhD. But I saw his confidence level just explode. And he's now, I can't wait to see where he goes.
Wow. We're going to come back in just a moment. This is Lonnie Love, and we're going to talk about what you've learned about possibility. The question I want you to hang on to during the break is this: what is an engineer? What is a life engineer. What is success?
Sure.
We'll talk about it. You're watching Anything is Possible. My guest is Dr. Lonnie Love. Thanks to his wife for allowing me to use that on the show. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Coming up,
All you have to do is, again, believe in yourself and believe that there's no limits. You know, you can create whatever you want for yourself. You just don't limit yourself.
This week, our Home Federal Bank Community Spotlight is on Knox Area Rescue Ministries. Did you know that CARM is home to 400 people every night and provides nearly 1,000 meals a day and has served this area since 1960? To learn more and see how you can get involved, visit karm.org. Welcome back to Anything is Possible. Lonnie Love, thanks for being here today.
No, thank you for having me.
The first time I met you, your energy, your attitude was just infectious. Where's that come from? The positive attitude.
That's a great question. I think family, friends, I have people around me that are believers in being able to change the world. And I think when you sit there and you think, boy, if little ripples can cause big waves, and having a belief in that and having people that will help also create those ripples together with you, it's exciting. It's just exciting.
Your energy is palpable. I mean, you're good. What is an engineer?
An engineer is somebody that is a problem solver. You look at something in terms of a person, in terms of society, things that were holding us back in terms of a society, and you try to think of how can I fix that.
What is an engineer of people? What is a life engineer?
Somebody that does the same thing, that looks at a person, at people around him, and thinks, how can we as a team be better? How can we elevate people around us and keep moving forward?
What is success?
Happiness. Success is being able to go home at night and be excited about yesterday and today, and even more excited about tomorrow.
Wow. So there's a guy. He actually has been working with people as a chaplain at the end of their life, does a lot of hospice work. He wrote a book about the 4 things that people really want to say before they go. And after watching hundreds of people transition, it boils down to 4 things. They are, thank you, I love you, I forgive you, will you forgive me? Who'd you like to thank?
My dad and my wife and my friends. And I could go on and on and on, but I guess my dad was the start. He's the one that instilled in me the drive, the confidence, and I think that without that confidence, I wouldn't have my wife, I wouldn't have my job, I wouldn't have the wonderful life that I have. So I think my dad.
Yeah. Whom would you like to tell I love you?
My mom, every day, and my wife. The women in our lives are the ones that they're always in the background, usually, and they make us look good. And that's hard. That's a hard job.
Who would you like to forgive?
I don't know. I think, I forgive people already. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing that I hold against anybody, so I don't have anything to forgive. I've been blessed.
Let's talk about what you've learned about possibility, right? Because when you said we see young people gaining confidence, that's where you move from believing things are impossible to believing they are possible. That's what the confidence is about. Wait, this could actually happen. What have you learned, and what can you teach us about possibility?
That all you have to do is, again, believe in yourself and believe that there's no limits. You can create whatever you want for yourself. You just don't limit yourself. Like I said, when I started my career, when I started my education, I didn't believe in myself, and it was really my parents that said, you need to go to school. You're an engineer. When I was a little kid, I'd take stuff apart and wouldn't know how to put it back together, and I think they wanted me to learn how to be an engineer to figure out how to put it back together.
Right.
And I think that just going one step at a time, one success at a time, and success leads to success. And I think just getting off on the right foot and believing in yourself is key.
That's big. I want to thank you for being here today. Folks, I want to invite you to go to our YouTube channel. If you'll just search AIP online, there will be an extended conversation about the car that they printed that was displayed for the president when he came to Tennessee. We'll talk about that on a special web edition of Anything is Possible that you can see online. But I want to thank you for being and representing a person of possibility. But more importantly, what I saw you doing with your life, leveraging the possibility that you have to see in these young people their possibility and to kind of light the fuse or ignite their possibility to help them gain confidence, that makes all the difference in the world, because there's going to be a lot of love in the world because of you, right? A lot of other people that will make the same decision about what to do with their lives and the contribution that they want to make, thanks to you. And I think you're a fabulous person.
Thank you
I'm
very
glad
much.
that you're here. Do you have any shout outs or any final words you want to say?
Hey, yeah, support FIRST, the FIRST robotics competition. It's if you have any tinkering in you and you want to work with students, it's I call it STEM is a verb. It's an action, and get out and work with these kids. It's a blast. It's a complete blast.
Wow. Another great story of possibility on Anything is Possible. Like I said, make sure you go to YouTube, just search AIP online. You'll see my extended conversation with Lonnie Love. We'll talk a little bit more about the car. They printed a car, and maybe throw some pictures up as well. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you next time on Anything is Possible. I'm Halloran Hilton Hill.